Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Friday. This is the Woo Report, episode 171, titled Big Weekend at Home for the Devils. I'm your host, Sam Woo, coming to you live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network, somewhere in an undisclosed location in the Primetime Radio Bunker Studios. Hello. Happy Devils Friday. Are you over your anger yet from last Wednesday's debacle? Time to move on. Will it be the same old Devils tomorrow night at the Rock against the Carolina Hurricanes? Be prepared. Will we see something of magic? Will we see an angry Devils team redeeming themselves in front of your eyes? Or will we see the same old Devils? The same old Devils that will flounder, will not show up, will not be the team that we expect them to be. We talked about it yesterday on the Woo Report. We talked about the team concept, letting down, not playing a full 60 minutes. And I've said this all along. I don't think Devils fans are mad about the loss. I think Devils fans are mad about the effort, and then everything around it, last Wednesday's game, has compounded into fire somebody, has compounded to we can't take it anymore. And then the Devils just conveniently, ill-timed, send out an email blast yesterday, Thursday afternoon, renew your season tickets. Which I thought, wasn't that stupid? Did somebody get the memo? Hey, you lost 4-1 to one of the worst teams in the NHL, and now you want our money? Ill-timed. Kind of unprepared like the Devils were on Wednesday night. This weekend's games are going to be pretty big for the New Jersey Devils. Even if they win 2 straight, you still got to hold the team accountable and be a little bit critical and look at not only the positives, but also look at things that could be concerning. I think the Devils can sweep Saturday and Sunday at the Rock, but here lies the problem. And this is a big problem. The inconsistency. Which Devils team will show up? We've heard the excuses, COVID protocol, injuries, guys getting sick. We've heard it all. We even chipped in on some of the excuses. But now it's time to show us something. You're on the clock right now, New Jersey Devils. Mike Rossi, happy Devils Friday to Mike Rossi, says, to me, it's the lack of consistency of the whole team. We weren't going to be playoff contenders, but more competitive than we were last year. You know, again, I can't, you know what it likens to? You know how we all complain about the refs? Where, hey, they make this call offsides, but this other play, which is obviously offsides, they call onsides. It's the consistency that's been really bad with this team. It almost seems like you got to hold a gun to their head, figuratively speaking. Okay, probably shouldn't use that analogy. But basically hold them to the fire and to get them going. They're not self-motivated. How can you come out in the second and third period and lay a dud and leave Mackenzie Blackwood to dry? You know, obviously he's playing hurt, but you got to help out your goaltender. You got to help him out. And you have to play a better game. Damon Severson could have played a lot better. Ty Smith, well, he may be missing this weekend. We're not sure. upper body injury. He tweaked something. Saw the tweet out on @NJ Devils Twitter account. So what will it be this weekend? And I think that has been the problem all along. It's almost like we've lost trust in this team and this organization because we're promised a bill of goods. We're promised that there was a reset button, that this won't happen anymore. And the answer is the guys in the room. And guess what? How do they repay us? After a long layoff, a 3-game losing streak. A 3-game losing streak. Can the Devils now mitigate and put on the Band-Aid before the floodgates open on this one? Another long losing streak's on the horizon, and you betcha when Carolina comes in tomorrow, you're going to get one of the league's best. Rod Brindamore is a great coach. He makes something out of nothing. The team is playing well. And now they have to face the New Jersey Devils, who have underachieved at this point, and our standards have become pretty low if they've underachieved, because I think a lot of us didn't think that they would make the playoffs. It would be a stretch. All the analytics people thought the same thing. The odds are against the New Jersey Devils right now. But my goodness, could you play a 60-minute game? Could you actually help out your goaltender? There are times this year it was Mackenzie Blackwood's fault. But let's get in sync. Let's get a good Mackenzie Blackwood in front of a good defense. Discipline. Stop leaving your guys unattended in front of the crease. Talking to you, Damon Severson. Talking to you, PK Subban. Talking to you, Ty Smith. Damon Severson and all them. Doug Sanek says, I've said 100 times, the owners don't care about the Devils as long as they can fill the arena. When the Devils aren't playing, they're happy. Couldn't agree with you more, Doug. I think a lot of Devils fans are saying that, echoing the same thought. And let's put it this way. The New Jersey Devils are a hedge fund. The New Jersey Devils are a hedge fund, and you will find that on this podcast, we're going to talk a lot of business. You know whose stock's down right now? Answering to you, Getty27 on YouTube Live. My jersey went MIA. Andreas Janssen, also known on this podcast as Andre Johnson. Now it's back. Maybe I'll put it up. But yeah, it's just, they disappear. Jesper Bratt, we need to get him going. Jack Hughes, need to get him going. The only person that really hasn't disappeared in these last 3 games is Nico Hischier, playing his heart out, doing everything he can. That's at least one positive. Another positive, there's still more games, folks. The season's not at the halfway point. It's getting there. But will the Devils be buyers or sellers on the trade deadline? Odds are they will be sellers. What you can get. And it's been a long time since this hedge fund called the New Jersey Devils, part of the portfolio of the Harris Blitzer Sports Entertainment parent company. Let's start talking some money here. There's no way that they're going to fire coaches in the midseason unless it gets that bad. Like really, really, really bad. I'm talking about 20-game losing streak. But they're not going to pay for 2 salaries, I don't think. And with this type of year where there's so many different uncertainties with COVID protocols and all that, you know what? You may as well stick with Lindy Ruff and the coaches right now. Let them figure it out, but start observing which players should stay and which players should go. I think the Devils right now have a big weekend ahead. Also, I encourage you to go to Taj Lounge 973, 35 Edison Place, as we'll be broadcasting virtually at the bar. I think we got it fixed last Wednesday. We apologize for the technical difficulties. A simple Microsoft updates kind of screw things up for us, with technology and all, but we'll be back. Scotty, SiriusXM, Liquid Metal, and I will actually do Game Day Live this Saturday, and Vinny Parisi will be back for Game Day Live, and also Devils After Dark. You know it, I know it. Again, Scotty of SiriusXM, Liquid Metal, recapping the game that was. Keep it here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. Also, just want to say that big shout out to Chico Resch, who reads some of our stuff on pucksandpitchforks.com. Big shout out to Stan Fishler, the Maven. I get to talk to him this weekend about some stuff, some hockey history stuff. I asked Stan for a little help, and he was, Stan Fishler, if anybody knows him, he is a very nice man, knowledgeable in hockey. I asked him a couple strange questions, and he's going to help me out figure out these questions about hockey history. Some of the players that have come in the league years ago that he has wrote about. If you haven't noticed, Stan Fishler has written so many books. Go buy them on Amazon. Amazon.com. Doug says, good point. If they didn't fire Ruff or any coaches after losses Ottawa and Arizona, they're not gonna. Yeah, and also Mike Rossi, this year's team putting a Band-Aid on a cut and a Band-Aid underwater. Eventually it'll fall off. Don't you hate when that happens? When the Band-Aid falls off? Or don't you hate taking off that old Band-Aid and you're like, my finger just turned white. Pale. That's how I feel right now. I think that's how you feel right now. And I think the Devils need to get their acts together. The growing pains continues. But here's the problem, folks. And I think everybody would agree with me. You got to play a full 60 minutes. Even the great Devils teams of yesteryear, even if they would be down 5-0, they play to the end of the game. And I think that's what's missing, and that's what Devils fans are really wanting to voice their displeasure. Gino says, Facebook Live, I really believe this team is coming just a little bit more time. Lots of ups and downs this season with COVID and with everything that's gone on. I agree with you to an extent, Gino, but the problem is the pattern was already still going on before COVID. And I think right now, I think the pattern is pretty obvious. It's all about our wallets. The Devils organization just wants us to pay more for this crap. And it's time to say, no, you got to start making changes at some point and start holding the team accountable. And I think it's time for us fans, because I think we've been too nice and too polite for a long time, but you got to hold the players accountable. You know what? I know there's some hardcore fans are like, I'm going to support the team no matter what. I believe in that. But if you don't hold people accountable, all you're doing is rewarding bad results and bad behavior. You got to hold the team accountable. Tough love is not a bad thing. Jack Hughes needs to play better. All right? What are you saying? Whoa, he's not the... No, he's one of the things. He's inconsistent at times. He falls off the map at times. Also, I think Damon Severson is another player. Can play very well. I'm just wondering which Severson's going to show up this weekend. That's a problem. That's a problem, folks. And we as fans need to hold the team accountable. Should bench Blackwood if he's hurt. Sit him if he plays. No more bad or free pass. Chris McDowell. Yeah, you know what? Last game you really couldn't entirely blame Blackwood. As a matter of fact, I don't think you could if you go back to the replay. Chico Resch alluded to that. I mean, there were guys, Ryan Graves, Damian Severson, just missing their assignments. You can't leave players unattended in the no fun zone because they're having too much fun there. Let's change up the culture. I think Bastian didn't play well, was ineffective. And you know what? I think you got to start working and start playing physical. And this goes back to a full 60 minutes. What will it take to get it through their heads in the NHL? You cannot just coast for 2 periods, even against a bad team like the Arizona Coyotes. Give the Coyotes credit. They adjusted. Devils were not ready. They were sleepwalking. They were not. It's almost like they didn't care, waiting for their teammate to respond, but not themselves. Not good. Not good. This is New Jersey. This is Jersey's team. This is a blue-collar, lunch pail, work it till you get the job done. I think there's too much talent on this team, not enough consistent effort. And they know it. They know it. And that's all really I have to say today here on the Woo Report. Remember, they're going to be open. Taj Lounge 973 35 Edison Place across the street from Prudential Center, both Saturday and Sunday. We will beaming this wonderful podcast via internet on the TVs at Taj Lounge 973 tomorrow. Doing it virtually, folks. But don't worry. We're still here. You can still have the catfish. You can still have the bottles. Say hello to Jesse. Jesse, the bartender. Van. T. All of them. Chris, true, good point. Just want the team to be better. Obviously, we do. And I don't have a problem if the Devils are down 4-0 because of lack of effort in the first period. You can boo them. I know people don't like that, but how are you going to – you got to hold them accountable. Tough love is a good thing. Trust me, because tough love will lead to hard answers and then victory for our New Jersey Devils. I want to thank all those listening in, dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes afterwards for your afternoon commute. Drive safely, everybody. Stay warmed. This is the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils.